Welcome, everybody. My name is Alexander Fain. I am from ASNet Communications, and I'm here to prove my case with Marco's Pizzas. With me here, VP of Technology for Marco Communications, Milton Molina. Milton, please.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Milton Molina, VP of Technology for Marco's Pizza Corporate. I'm very excited to be here with you guys this afternoon to share a little bit about our relationship with SNET and to talk about our story at Marco's. So a little bit about Marco's, right? So Marco's is a pizza concept in the QSR space. We'll have by the end of the year 1,250 stores. The majority of those stores are in the U.S. However, we do have some presence in Puerto Rico, the Bahamas, and most recently in Mexico. And we do have an aggressive expansion plan into international markets. We were founded in 1978 in Toledo, Ohio. Yeah, I welcome you guys to come, and if you haven't tried our product, I encourage you to come and check it out. I promise you, you will not be disappointed.
Thank you, Milton. Great presentation. I'd like to talk a little bit about our key services for Marco Pizzas. There was different discussions here about refrigerators, databases, all those great things that restaurant has. What we do is we provide an infrastructure, IT foundations for any customer communications with the store. Imagine anything that store has, telephone systems, POS systems, anything that clients communicate with stores, that's what we provide. We are the foundation layer. We provide that 24/7 access from the guests to the restaurant. And we'll talk in details and explain what is it that we do and how we help Marco's Pizzas with their projects down the line. But in general, we are a cloud infrastructure platform. Here, I want to talk about some of our key wins with this project. And for me, the major win is that a network of 1,200 restaurants, 1,250, right? 1,250 restaurants today is able to focus on what they do the best, baking pizzas, and don't worry about their infrastructure. We delivered that within a very fast time frame. I believe 8 months. We transitioned the entire network to our infrastructure. And in my opinion, our biggest win is that the store owner is able to focus on what they do the best, baking pizzas, and we're taking care of the infrastructure. With that in mind, I'd like to, that's current. So currently they're all happy. But I'd like to talk a little bit about challenges. And I'll switch to the challenge slide and let you talk about the challenges that you guys had before we started the project.
Sure. Well, for us also, a key win was being able to meet our overall business objective. And we had a very aggressive business objective, and that was we wanted to develop our own proprietary POS system, which is known as MOMS, Marco's Order Management System. This is a system that's 100% cloud-based. It's tailored specifically to our business. And we wanted to roll it out at that time, we had 1,100 stores. We wanted to roll it out in 1,100 stores as seamlessly as possible. But of course, as you can imagine, that is a very aggressive role. And we were able to do that because of the fact that we were able to partner with SNET, and we were able to set the foundation and pave the way for a very successful implementation of this POS system. But that was the win. So we're going to go ahead and take back a step back and understand how did this whole challenge become? Well, if you can imagine 1,100 stores, each one of the stores are wired differently. Some don't have wires. I mean, so some had one store had this hardware, this other store had a different hardware, different bandwidth. I mean, it was a big challenge, right? So before we even decide that we want to start rolling out this system, we need to make sure that all of our stores are in order, all of our infrastructure is in order, and all of the standards are in place. So very big challenge, and it all started there, but we knew that with the right partner and with the right planning, we would be able to prevail with that challenge.
Absolutely. Thank you, Milton. And as I remember, first we looked at it, and it was almost like Mission Impossible. How do we take the 1,100 restaurants and standardize them, put the foundation in place in order to launch such a big POS systems as we launched there? And we were able to deliver, as collaboration between our teams and resolve the challenge by working together.
Yeah, that's correct. And you know, just to expand a little bit more on the challenge, right? I mean, some stores actually had DSL. So as you can imagine, we're trying to go to a cloud-based system that is dependent 100% on a reliable infrastructure. And here we are dealing with a store that has DSL. And we knew at that point in time that this challenge is no joke, right? And however, you know, we kind of knew where we were strong at, and we knew where we needed to rely on a partner, right, to help us come up with this game plan. And they came up with a great plan, and it all started with let's make sure that we assessed every single store to understand exactly what it is that we're walking into it before we do, so that we can prep ahead of time and try to save as much time ahead of time.
Thank you. Absolutely. So the challenge was great. I remember there was very interesting project we got in our hands. We definitely developed a good plan and a good solution to that. And I'd like to talk a little bit more about the solution now.
Sure. So the solution, as I mentioned, it started off by sending a tech out to each one of the stores and assessing everything that was there or was not there. Once we were able to gather all this information, then now we knew exactly what we needed to do in each one of these locations, right? At the root of it all, it was a matter of we need to get these stores cabled correctly. We need to get them labeled. We need to make sure that each device has a dedicated cable directly to the network. And we needed to make sure that we were going in there with standardized equipment, right? So we needed to standardize the cabling, standardize the equipment, and standardize the configuration. So part of what we did on the equipment side was we put a network cabinet in each store with the door and lock and key and all that. For those of you that have been in the back of restaurants know why that is important. People in stores have the tendency of just pulling cables out without knowing what they're touching, and then it takes 5 hours. Talk about spending time trying to troubleshoot something. Then it takes 5 hours to find out that had you put the cable here, it would have all worked, right? So we put in the cabinets, we put in patch panels, we put in managed switches, Wi-Fi access points, and we put what, you know, aside from our oven, which is the heart of our business, we put an SD-WAN device in each one of these stores, and that's really what gave us the power that we needed to be able to configure all of the stores in a standard manner.
Yes, it's absolutely. If you would imagine, so we start with 11, at that point, 1,100 different configurations. And our task is to get everything standardized, everything the same. The goal, the most important goal was Marco, the customer of us, want to have unified, standardized guest experience across all locations, anywhere you go. You go to Atlanta, you go to Florida, you go to South America, same experience, same answers, same store, everything's the same, everything is unique. And they want to get it done in 8 months. Yeah, mission impossible there. So we took it from pretty much everything is disjoint, de-standardized, made everything joint, everything in one network, everything in a single pane of glass. And we'll talk a little bit about that. Why is it a benefit? And deliver that within, I believe, 10 months.
Yeah.
Time frame, yes.
Yeah.
So next, I want to talk about, so we talked about network infrastructure, we talked about physical network infrastructure, which is cabling, cabinets, closets, all that good stuff. And if you think about it, what do you need in a restaurant? You need a point of sale system. You need a telephone, usually, to communicate with your clients. So orders could come in either electronically or through the phone. So the infrastructure for that in place. Then we've built wireless system. We'll talk about wireless a little bit later. Then we've built a business continuity system that fails over through 4G, 5G network. And then we put our contact center solution. Our contact center solution is what is at the roots of that unified guest experience again. It has all sort of features and functionalities. It has reporting, it has integrations. If I had an hour, I could talk about that for an hour. But for now, just, when the calls are coming in right now, we've built this little integration module that makes the POS system to pop a record to say this is Mr. Smith's call last week, ordered pepperoni pizza, blah, 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 so that that store owner could service the guest in the best possible fashion. There's a lot of reporting in that system, and there's a lot of integrations, and we're actually taking that to the next level where we are integrating with some AI features and functionalities of that sort. Next, I want to talk about wireless solution, Milton. I know you help us design that, so I'm going to let you speak about that.
Sure. So one of the things that obviously is important, like in any location, is making sure that we have business continuity. And knowing that we were going to a cloud-based solution, we needed to make sure that we were covering all of our bases and that we had redundancy in all different parts of our network. One of those things, in order for us to have business continuity, is in the event that there is an internet outage, we need to be able to fail over into something that's reliable, which in this case is LTE. However, as you guys know, not in every location the bandwidth is what we all wanted it to be, right? And knowing that we have a customer-facing Wi-Fi, we know that we have an employee-facing Wi-Fi, and we also needed to have a hidden network for our mission-critical devices. So for us, our mission-critical devices are our POS system, our telephone system, our credit card processors, and wireless tablets that we have for taking inventory, right? So we need to make sure that any given time during an internet outage, all of those devices are able to continue to function. So what we did through the SD-WAN, we were able to build in a protocol that in the event that the internet goes down and we switch over to LTE, the customer-facing and employee-facing Wi-Fi is automatically disabled, and now we have isolated all available bandwidth to those mission-critical devices, all in the mission of being able to continue conducting business and continuing to deliver on our guest experience.
Thank you, Milton. I appreciate it. And that's the only one feature you described. The network is smart enough to self-heal itself from any sort of outages. Remember, our goal is that they're baking pizza, we're taking care of their network infrastructure.
That's correct.
That's not the fact. So the first and the most important application that we deliver on the network, it was a point-of-sale system. It's operating right now. We were able to remove single boxes that were running point-of-sale system from the store, and we were able to deploy that through the cloud. It gives Marcos an ability to grow and add stores. No need to buy hardware. It's all produced through the cloud. Second big point is we're all here about business. We want to make sure the store is up and running and able to take orders from guests. So because we have a single pane of glass, because we could see every store, because we know and we could preemptively assume that there could be problems in the area, we're able to troubleshoot and resolve any network issues at no time. Work together with Milton and his team. That single pane of glass gives us the great access to fix the repairs within no time. So another thing that I want to talk about a little bit is technology is great, and we all love technology, but I think the most important asset that we've built for you guys is our people. We're real people. We're there. We stand behind our products. We always answer our phone. We jump. When you ask us to jump higher, we jump a little higher. And we are really proud to have a group of people that are dedicated just to your business. So we've built a business around your business, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, no, that is entirely the case here. We often talk about infrastructure in a technology perspective, right? But there's also the people side of infrastructure. And your team has been just amazing in supporting us through this effort. Obviously, you guys knew from the very beginning what a big and ambitious goal this was and how important it was as part of our business objectives. And your team has just been amazing. Oftentimes I kind of feel like we're all one team, one big happy family, and the support has just been great, and they're always there for us. So I highly recommend giving SNET an opportunity, if nothing else, to talk to you a little bit more about the experiences that we share as business partners that I consider ourselves.
Thank you so much, Milton. And we appreciate it. We took on the challenge. It was a very challenging project, but it was also a very exciting project. We have a few minutes here. So remember the time when we were deploying things? It was right after COVID. So try to go and source 300 switches. It was impossible. We quickly built purchasing teams that were buying them overseas, shipping them here so that we can continue with the project. And that all comes back to people and the type of company we are. We are solving challengers. That's what we do.
Yeah. Well, thank you for the reminder of COVID. But yes, absolutely correct that it was crazy how we had to scramble for hardware, and these guys just hit it out of the park. So congratulations on a successful rollout.
Thank you. Thanks so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much.